Yes, guys. Welcome back to a new episode of Street Pundits. Today, obviously, I've got the guys with me. I've got four guests with me. So I'm gonna go around, everyone introduce themselves. Ty, you here?
Yeah, I'm here, man. It's good to be back, boys. It's good to be back. Looking forward to what we're about to talk about now.
Lovely. And the guy's back after 3 episodes missing. Mr. Adrian. Nosa, you here?
Come on. Arrogance back. Nice to be back.
Yes. And Adrian, you here, my bro?
Yes, I'm back. Better than ever. Glad. Premier League's not too far. That's what I'm waiting for.
And the one and only Mr. Ack. Peter, you here, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. It's nice to be on this side of the podcast for once, you know. I'm here to give my expert analysis, but yeah, man, let's get to it.
Okay, then. So, first of all, I have to go into the Premier League's coming back. I'm sure everyone's excited about it. Everyone's waiting for it. I think it's the 17th of June is coming back. If I'm wrong, correct me. I'll go to Ty for this one. Ty, what are you looking forward to? Who are you looking forward to with the Premier League returning?
Can you hear me, yeah? Can you hear me properly?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to I think it's Tottenham. I want to see Tottenham, team I support. I've got to be real with you boys. Harry Kane's back. Everyone was getting onto Jose Mourinho. Harry Kane is back. You've got Harry Winks full fitness. You've got Son coming back from injury. Dele Alli's going to be there. Everyone's going to be back in form. So, listen, I'm looking forward to Tottenham's late charge in the season. Hopefully no one's affected by the pandemic and everyone can come back into the team and a little push for the Champions League football.
Okay, so I'm guessing you're confident you're going to finish top 4 then, yeah?
You know what? I don't know, man. I don't know. Adrian's smiling at the bottom, but are you even sure? What do you think about United? But you know what? No, we'll go into that afterwards. But no, all seriousness, that's what I'm looking forward to. I want to see if Harry Kane can get back to his best because everyone's going to be short on match fitness now. Do you know what I mean? It's not just Harry Kane. It's not just Son that's coming back. Everyone's going to be it's a level playing. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like they can do it. I feel like it's a late charge where they can actually gain some momentum quick and get into that spot.
Of course.
You know?
Yes, of course. Peter, what are you thinking? Obviously, we all know you're a Liverpool fan. You know, you thought your dreams were going to go. They come back after this madness. What are you looking forward to? Looking forward to your team lifting up the trophy, maybe going unbeaten for the rest of the season? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so as you can tell, I'm very, very happy for the Premier League to come back. I feel like we've had like a lot of bad news recently, but like that was like one of the best news like I've seen like when I heard the Premier League was coming back. Just in terms of like the quality as well, like Premier League. Obviously, it might differ with the fitness and people not playing for 2 or 3 months, but just in terms of the quality, like there's nothing like the Premier League. Like the Premier League is just it's a top league. But yeah, with Liverpool, yeah, we've only got 2 more games till I become unbearable. I become unbearable, shameless. So,
you're already unbearable, big man. You're
gonna 10 times more, Adrian. 10 times more. But yeah, it's just one other point. I just think it's gonna be interesting to see some teams like maybe like just for example like Burnley and the lower league teams how they cope without like their fans and stuff like that. Because especially in this time, like quality shows, especially like I think you ain't got no one to like cheer it. So you make a mad slide tackle. That 50-year-old in the front row is not going to be like, yeah, come on. Like, there's no motivation. Like, do you know what I mean? No one's going to be celebrating your slide tackles. No one's going to, like, it's actually your inner motivation. Like, how is you going to cope without no fans cheering you on? How, like, is your, like, quality going to show? Yeah, I feel like some of the lower league teams might struggle, like, and the quality will really, really show, like, but yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Definitely interesting. Obviously, you talking about lower league teams, you've got Crystal Palace supporter.
Yeah.
Chelsea supporter. Nosa, what are you thinking? What are you looking forward to?
Obviously, the Premier League's coming back on the 17th. Like, I'm not even too interested in Chelsea or Crystal Palace because I feel like Chelsea, I'm confident that we'll secure Champions League. And Palace, they don't really have nothing to work for. There's just mid-table finish as per every season. You know, they've more or less got 40 points, I think. But the team that I'm actually excited for is United. I don't know why. And Blades. I don't know why. Don't even ask me why. Because I just want to see the Blades.
The man.
Sheffield, isn't it?
version, then, man. That's what you want
I want to see Sheffield going to Europe, do a Wolves version 2, innit? 2.0. Like, yeah, I like Wolves. Like, they're not the most exciting team, but they get the job done. Like the old-fashioned way, you know. They get just do it. What their manager's doing, I forgot his name. He's doing a bit silly. No, I'm talking about Blades, man. Blades.
Oh, Chris Wilder.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I like him, and I want to see Pogba and Fernandes in a mix-up. That's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
That's gonna be beautiful. Like when you see that, who you slayers that don't rate Pogba, you'll see
Wait,
your eyes are open.
Is it gonna be beautiful? Is it? Why is it gonna be beautiful?
What? Wait. Pause. Let's pause here. Wait. Let's pause. It's Henderson, Fabinho.
No, but I'm saying,
Ronaldo.
why are you so
Beautiful.
sure it's gonna be beautiful?
Beautiful.
It's nothing to do with Henderson. Why are you so sure?
No. Are they beautiful?
Doesn't matter. They get a job done. Why are you so sure?
Anyway,
First time they go to play together, it says it's gonna be beautiful.
Hey, Rose, everyone calm down, bro. The league hasn't even started.
When I say Pogba, Fernandes,
No, man raised Pogba, but you said beautiful, like, bro, like, is it?
Adrian, what do you think? Is that link up gonna be beautiful? Are you looking forward to United coming back to the league? Tell me, talk to me about it, bro.
You know what? Yeah, I'm worried. There's a lot of hype about it. There is too much hype. Of course, both Pogba and Bruno.
Bro, why am I seeing compilation videos of Pogba, Rashford, Bruno? Like, what is going? Like training. Hold on, Adrian. Sorry to cut you off. Training. I think. Was it Pogba passed to Bruno and then Bruno finished off training drill? I saw it on like Twitter.
They're the biggest club in the UK.
Let's let Adrian finish off his point.
Sorry about that, Adrian.
No, that's cool. Well, you know what, yeah. You know my concerns with Ollie and tactics and the way we play. But he's had a good 3 months. I'm just hoping when Pogba comes in, there is a plan. Because the freestyle football can only work for just so long. But if there's a plan, you got runners, and you got Pogba and Fernandes linking up, it will work, and it will work very well. Because they're both off-the-cuff players. They both like to freestyle a little bit, but they have to have a bit of structure. Same with France. They let Pogba do what he wants. He's got his defensive responsibilities. He's got his responsibilities as a midfielder. But they let him freestyle, and then they got runners. That is the best way, I think, to get the best out of Pogba. And Fernandes is doing those runs. He's a bit like Pogba, but he's a little bit cuter, I would say. He's cute with his movements and stuff. If they can work that partnership, they will be a lethal combination. And then hopefully, whoever's sitting or playing next to both of them does their job. And then our midfield will put us in the top 3 best midfields in Prem. If it links. But I'm not going to hype up yet. But I'm excited. That's all I can say. I'm excited to see it.
Obviously, me as an Arsenal fan, we're 10th in the league right now. I think we can finish for top 4. Let me be honest. I think we can finish for top 4. We've got Tottenham coming up. We've got City coming up. We've got some big games coming up. Arteta, before this whole thing started, doing a good job. Let me be fair, honest on it. Done a job on United. Sounds a little bit tired. Done a job on United. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it still. Obviously, you've got the North London derby coming up soon. Arsenal, Tottenham. Ty, you confident going into that one? No fans? You confident going into that one?
Who's at home in that one? I think
you lot are at home still.
Oh, then there you go. We'll win that one. Simple. That was.
Yes. Okay. Obviously, the Premier League hasn't started yet, but I have to go into the Bundesliga. I got my player of the week. I think everyone watched Mönchengladbach. This guy links up everything for them, scores goals, makes Turan look so good. This Payet guy is so wavy. He has to be the player of the week this week. I'm looking at his stats. Played 26. Payet.
Oh, play.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy, 10 goals, 10 assists. Like before watching him, before I didn't really know that much about him. I just knew he was a goal scorer. This guy can actually link up plays so sick. So I think he's technically he's on it. I think he's ready for a big move into one of the bigger clubs in Europe. So I'm thinking, I don't even know where, but I think he can actually come to the Premier League and mark it as well, the way he's there.
Do you think... Go on, Nosa, sorry, go on.
He was at Nice last season, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with him, would you say he's more like a secondary striker though? So someone who plays off someone.
Yeah.
Or would you say
I think he needs a goal scorer in front of him still. I think he actually knows how to like pick passes. He knows how to score as well, but he needs someone to be the primary scorer still.
Yeah.
I don't think he can be a striker.
Yeah, he can't be a lone striker. Yeah, you're right with that when I watched him.
But his all-round game is very, very good though. Definitely.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's older than Turan, but I think he's better, well better than Turan. But Turan gets the lights, obviously. It's his first season as a striker, I think, like main striker.
Yeah.
Yeah. But talking about the Bundesliga, what game did we watch? I'll go for two. I think Ty talked about it earlier. I'll talk to you, Ty. The Bayern Munich and Dortmund game. What do you think? What were your thoughts on that game?
I thought that game was wicked. I thought that's obviously one of the best games in the Bundesliga. Borussia Dortmund versus Bayern. A good game, but I just think it's a thing of like just like Man City and United. At one point, United were just like, you know, when a team just has it over someone, where it's like they're the big brothers. It just looked like that. Bayern are big brothers to Dortmund. Like no matter what they do, no matter what players Dortmund get, it's just once they get over that, that's when they will probably become more of a game. But at the moment, it just seems that no matter what Dortmund do, Bayern just have an edge over them. So first half, Dortmund looked like they was really into it. Do you know what I mean? It was a competitive game. Dortmund were all over them, passing the ball. It was nice. It was slick. Yeah. And then click, Bayern just turned it up. Kimmich, moment of brilliance, scored the goal. And then from then, it almost looked like Bayern just took over, chance after chance after chance, and then just controlled the game throughout. And fullbacks were looking amazing. Two world-class fullbacks at the moment in Kimmich and Alphonso Davies. They definitely looked the better. What did you say, Rob?
Other than Alphonso still.
Sorry, my bad. You know what? Let me change that. Kimmich and Alphonso are world class, and if you compare it to Dortmund, Hakimi and Guerrero, they didn't turn up like how them two did. Do you know what I mean? Them two players are the gems in that team, and they didn't turn up like how Alphonso and Kimmich and the likes of Pavard did. But that's the difference. You know what I mean? You want your big players to turn up in the big games, and I don't think Dortmund really did, especially with Sancho coming in late. They didn't really give him the chance to settle in. So I don't know what you lot thought about it, but it just looked like big brother against little brother to me. Not too sure. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Adrian, I'll go to you on this one. Obviously, Sancho came on, I think it was half time. He didn't really look that split. Like, what are your thoughts on that one?
Well, I think at that time it was 1-0 and Bayern looked pretty comfortable. They didn't look like they were planning to get out of third gear to go and score more. But I think when Sancho came in, there was no Haaland. Haaland went off injured, I'm pretty sure, earlier on in the game. So that was another thing. Sancho and Haaland's link-up's pretty good because Haaland does the through runs, gives Sancho a bit of space, and Sancho didn't really get that space that he normally has 1v1. And that was, I think, what Bayern done very well. Bayern, in terms of what I've watched of Bayern this season, they look a lot more fluid. When you think about Bayern and over the years, they're much more of a machine. They're very robotic with everything. They're just scoring efficiency. But this year, they're looking like recently, just after the game, they won 5-0. No, we're going to go to that later. But just their movement, their fluid passing, they look much more fluid. And Kimmich moving into the middle, his football brain is elite. He is honestly, his football brain is different levels. The way that they scored their second goal on the weekend, my God, the movement, the passing, they just look like a different team this year. And if they get Sane as well, that's going to be an unstoppable team in Europe.
Crazy. I'll go see you, Peter, on that one because you're shaking your head. What do you think? Do you think Bayern need a new winger on that, or do you think their team's perfect right now? What do you think?
Yeah, Coleman, it's not it still. But yeah, if you get Sane, you get Sane, and that's a real that's a solid attack. Like Sane, Gnabry, Lewandowski, boy, that's crazy still. Because I can't even believe that. What was you gonna say, sir? Adrian?
No, sorry, I said that's pace, serious pace.
Yeah, but like, I'm not like Coleman's got talent, but like, can you really rely on him to like play 30 games a season, like be your right winger? You can't. Like, the best players, the most thing about that, the best like attribute about the top players is that their availability. Like, the top players are always available to play. Like, your Ronaldos, your Messis, like even like Salah to an extent, like they're always available to play. They play like 50 games a season, and even when they're injured, boom, their bodies, they come back within 2 or 3 games. They come back. Like, you just have to be available. Like, do you know what I mean? If your club needs to be able to rely on you. So,
Pete, you're talking about a player that's injury prone getting replaced by a player that's just come off a cruise ship, you know.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what's stopping. That's what they're saying, but that's what's stopping Coleman to get to the top. That's what I mean by that. But Sane, before that injury, you wouldn't say he's injury prone before that injury. So Sane, yeah.
I feel like Coleman's, when I watch him, I'm just like, go on, do something. And he's like timid with all this, everything he does. Like,
it's probably all the injuries though, isn't it?
How are you not hating on Coleman like this? I don't understand. Where's this hate coming from? I didn't see him do any. He looked like he was attacking to me. Every time he went down that wing,
I think he's a good player. I just think he's not available.
Smash the ball in.
Gee.
Oh yeah. I'm with Peter 100%.
I just think he's not
we
available.
need to understand that. We need to understand that this guy has won a league every year he's played in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He's got a winning mentality, fam. Winning mentality.
He's exactly like Nosa said. He's a really good player. Like, he's almost like, you know what to expect from him when he plays. You know what I mean? He's gonna beat his fullback almost every single time he attacks him. Do you know what I mean? He's a very useful player.
Do you think we're seeing Coleman at 100% right now, though?
He is right. Yeah, this is why I'm agreeing with you, because the point he made is
I think we're seeing him like 70-80% where he's thinking like, I don't really want to go into that tackle. Maybe fully
I don't think it's that. I think you're right.
But not even that's just an example. Like, you mean when he gets the ball, like same with Cho, the exact same thing as Cho. Like, Cho before he got an injury, every time attacking a fullback, every single time. Now it's like 1 in 2, 1 in 3, attack the fullback, maybe pass it back, maybe like. Do you know what I mean? 100% Cho takes you on every time, beats you.
But that's just based. No, I think that's just development of your your
No, but
game,
the aggressiveness of his game is not the same. Cho.
Everyone knows as a winger, when you age, you're not going to take on every fullback you see.
Cho's not aged, bro.
Callum Hudson-Odoi you're talking about.
Yeah.
But you need to develop your game. You can't just get the ball and go past the.
No, but I'm saying his aggressiveness on the ball is not the same as it was when he first came through.
Yeah, it could. That injury could have done something like some mental.
Even he still might get it back, but I'm saying like the same aggressiveness of getting the ball, boom, run at you. Do you know what I mean? It's not the same as. I don't know. It's not his fault, because obviously you still have to adjust to your body. His body's still probably repairing from such a big injury. That injury was a massive injury, like, and he came back from it quite quick. To be fair, maybe too quick, but yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough.
It's tough.
I think there's a fair point on that one on the wingers of Bayern. The wingers, come on, bro.
No, Ben, go.
Like I say, bro.
Yeah,
anyway, the wingers on Bayern, they're like rely on their fullbacks more time, innit? Like, them not like kind of tuck in a little bit, and that's where they attack. And obviously the space is not going to be there because they're such a big. But I'm thinking, that midfield just outclassed Dortmund every department, bro. Like, I think Dortmund's midfield was Delaney and
That's a good point as well.
No, wait, Ben, can I say something?
Go on, bro.
Fam, niggas need to start putting respect on Witsel, fam. Like, Witsel, when he played this weekend, they won 6-0. 6-0. They won 6-0. Like, disclaimer.
Who's 6-0?
6-1, sorry. 6-1, my bad. Dortmund won 6-1 when Witsel came back. They won 6-1. Because Witsel wasn't in the field.
Against who, though? Paderborn.
Gee,
That is not Bayern. What kind of comparison is this?
Hey, Tyreek, G. What I'm saying, if he was there, if he was in that Bayern game, it wouldn't have been the same result. Confirmed. Confirmed.
Big cap. Are we hearing this? One player is going to affect the whole game.
Gee, that's what it takes. Wait, who was the one that signified the point of midfielders?
Me.
Yeah, Ben, like, come on, midfielders can play a big part to a game. It can influence the whole team.
I think Emre Can would have made a difference, to be fair.
You're right. Finish your point, because you are right. He's a good player. You are right. You're not capping on that.
I don't know.
He's definitely not capping.
I think me personally, I think Witzel's a very good player. I feel like he's the best out of the centre mids, 100%. But like Bayern Munich, they've been doing it for so long, like 8 years. For 8 years, we're winning the league in out. Like bro, like these man, they walk on the pitch, they know they're gonna win. Like they know the
is the superior complex.
Yeah. So it's the superiority. Yeah.
I hate to compare it, guys. But I think Sagna had an interview with where he was talking about how Arsenal players would step on the pitch against the likes of Chelsea and United, and they would automatically know like this isn't our game. Do you know what I mean? Just like an Arsenal player, they would just step on a pitch against a team that's just better than them and more invested in and with a bigger history, and it's just like you just know this ain't our game. It's done. You just step on. Bro, I'm sorry to compare it to Arsenal, but it's just the facts.
I agree with that still.
Arsenal are like, bro, everyone knows Arsenal.
I think there was a period. There was the period, innit? That period of like.
It was after when Henry left.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm obviously not proud.
But Arsenal had it though. When Arsenal were invincibles, they had that complex as well though.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Having that mindset, just like Nosa said, it's that pre-installed, like where you know, like we can win this game. If you really believe, we can win, you're going in. You go in knowing that you can achieve something. You believe it. If you believe something, you work on it and you put passion into it. But if you go into a game thinking that they've already won, it's almost like you just concede to defeat. No matter what they do, they just got an edge on you. That's just how the game is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Dortmund, I just think it's just levels. There's just levels there. Once Dortmund, I guess, develop a bit, and Dortmund are a selling club. If you're a selling club against a team like Bayern who can just take your players, doesn't really make sense to me. Like, how are you expecting to get better than a team when they're just taking all of your players?
Yeah.
But Ty, from a fan, like a casual fan perspective, how can you like Tottenham? They're in a stage like that right now. Let's not cap here. They're in a stage like that now. Like the likes of Chelsea, Man City have transitioned from that small club to a big club. Like how come Tottenham, Dortmund, and those type of clubs transition into that big boy club and have the mentality of saying, yeah, we want to win the big boy medals and not just be like the second team or like the third team that just about get it? How do you think they can go to that transition?
You know what? That is a good question, to be fair, especially because like you said, it relates back to Tottenham. And I just think it's a thing of, I really think in sports, it's a thing of once you get past that hurdle, you just don't look back. Do you know what I mean? Once you've done it, you can keep going. Just like Peter's looking to, this is why Peter wanted the season to finish. If Liverpool didn't win the league here, that would have been disastrous for Liverpool supporters. I don't think they would have won the league in the next 5 years if they don't take it this year. It's done. I'm telling you, it's done.
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I can voice to that as well. So,
do you know? I'm telling you, there's a thing. It's almost just like if you don't get it now, it's just like what's happened. Like Tottenham, they had the chance. They was right there, Prem right there. Leicester won it. How did that happen? They finished first.
Whoa! You might want
two-horse race. In a two-horse race. Yeah.
It was it was a 3-horse race with that other shit North London team, innit?
No, but this is my point. Arsenal have that mindset. Nah, we're not gonna win. They ain't got it. Do you know what I mean? We already knew.
Are you skunked? Bro.
No.
Bro.
No.
All bats aside, like we were the only team to beat Leicester twice that season, and they're trying to say we wasn't trying to win the league.
I'm joking around. I'm joking around. My point is, once you're there, if you don't secure it, yeah, you almost just feel like drained. It's almost like we got to go back here. You know what I mean? We got to beat all those teams again. Tottenham got to the Champions League final, and it just seemed like all the work they done just got erased within one game. Do you know what I mean? That's draining. To do that again is a task. The likes of Manchester United, I saw an interview recently where Andy Cole said that, the manager installed a winning mentality of they won a league and they were celebrating, and it's almost just like, all right, done. Get the next. Focus on the next. Win the next one. Win that. Focus. Tottenham, Do you know what I mean? If we win that league, we celebrate for the year. Do you know what I mean? We're not I don't think they have a winning mentality of win.
I echo what
Do you know what
I
I mean?
echo what Ty's saying. I think the transition, the main thing about that is winning regular trophies or just winning constantly. I mean, that's what builds the mentality. When you first, so I think the case when Man City won their first Premier League, that was so big for them. Like that was so big for them, just because of like, okay, cool, we've arrived now. Like we no longer just got the money. We've got the money. We've got the best players, and we finally got our trophy as well. So now we've arrived. And the same like with Mourinho when he first won that Premier League when Lampard had that season. I think 04 or 05. That was a big moment for them. Like because now it's like, okay, we've arrived now. We're a big club. Boom. Like, it's just winning regular trophies, creating history for that club, and that's how you become a top team.
Yeah, and on that Man City point, I've been deep in it for a while. If that Aguero moment did not happen, would they have won the league? If that is one of the biggest goals, it always goes through my head.
I think they still would have though. I think the money was too much. The money was too much. They would have won it. Eventually,
but it's the doubt. It's the doubt. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. It's that doubt. Like Adrian was saying, it's just that little thing of we didn't win it. They won it again, and we have to.
But it can go both ways though, because I'd say Liverpool didn't become like great until we lost that final with Karius and that. Like the attitude these men came back after we lost that final to Real Madrid was like damn, like no, this is not happening again. Like we need to really like be unstoppable. We need to win every game. Like so, it can go both ways. I know what you're saying. It can go like demoralizing, or it can really motivate you. It just depends on your character, really.
Everyone's got to remember.
Gone.
Everyone's got to remember you need that luck. No matter what, you need that 100%. Luck. Before United were even great, the one time that we won something that got us to this level was that Marquis header. If that didn't happen, this dominance...
Marquis.
Word fam, like, gee, none of us are both...
No, but he's right though. He's right.
Think about it. Those lucky moments just change everything. The moments of the Champions League when we won the treble, those little things, they have to go your way. If Tottenham got lucky and didn't get that pen, who knows? It might be a different game, but I still think they would have got slapped anyway because they weren't that good.
No, it's the ref. It's the ref. If the ref didn't mess up the whole final.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm never going to go into it. Nah.
Do you think you're going to get Central this summer?
Huh?
Obviously, do you still think you're going to get Central this summer? Or obviously, he's going to hat-trick on the weekend.
I do still think we're going to... I think he is our main priority, but if we don't get him, where do we go? That is the question. What's our second one? The only other person I can think of who can fit into it is Werner, but he wants Liverpool. So where do you go after that? Because that is...
Wait, Werner? Into where?
Werner?
No, Werner.
Werner? Where? Like...
Werner can play anywhere in the front three, can't he?
But you need a right winger. You need a certain right winger, right?
Of course, but I'm saying if we don't get him, where do we go next? The next best thing, what can we get? Someone who's just as efficient and can play all roles. Even with Sancho, I don't think we're going to be close to winning the league next season. Personally, I do not think we're going to be close. But it could be a moment of, do United just click and go on some mad run and cause a little bit of change to the Prem? Who knows? But still, Liverpool's dominance, if they win it, which they will most likely win it, they win it, will they go on again and just think, yeah, we'll tear up the league again, or will the Prem up their game and everyone changes things? Because I don't think he'll be as dominant next season, personally. I think teams will work out ways to try and stop Trent and Salah and the counter-attacks, but you'll still get through because of your quality. That's what I think will happen.
Shout out to Sancho as well on his celebration and
talk about Sancho.
Yeah, that was very, very, very big. Very good way to use your platform. I think just to raise awareness for Black Lives Matter, and for him to have the confidence to do that at a young age, amazing. That's mad. I think that's just amazing.
Shout out Sancho, Marcus, and Hakimi as well.
McKennie as well.
Oh, McKennie as well.
The USA guy.
Yeah.
A little armband that said, what did it say? I forgot the message.
Justice for George Floyd, I think.
Testing for George Floyd. So always. So okay. So talking about Werner and Leipzig, I think they were close, but now they're like 10 points away from the top still, and they're losing 1-0 right now.
Oh, I was gonna quickly check that.
Are they on right now?
Yeah, they're playing right now, and they're losing
Nosa.
1-0.
Hold on, let me go on BT Sport.
Oh no, 1 is 1-1. My bad. Okay, so what do we think? Do we think Werner needs to move away from the team, or do you think he needs to stick with that team? Like, loyalty is the best option. No, sir. What are you telling me? What do you think? Where should he go if he does as well?
You know, Werner's a driller. You know, I've seen him the past 2-3 weeks. Everyone's seen him on BT Sports, the Bundesliga. I think he should stay there for another season. Me personally, you know, like I like the manager. I like the team. It's very young. Majority of them are like under 25, under 26, and they're molded into like one of them teams. Like they're always going to be exciting to watch. You know, like Werner. To be fair, I don't see what team of the Premier League that he'll be suited to. I just can't see it. I don't know why. I just can't see what team he'll be suited to.
You don't think he'll be suited to Liverpool though? Just in way he transitions.
Tottenham is the only team I can see it at. I don't know why. If Harry Kane goes, Tottenham's the only team I can see.
He could easily just slot into any position in Liverpool's front three though. Why not?
No. Like, I don't understand. Liverpool. Like obviously, what Klopp has set.
He does. Wait. They play exactly like us, you know. It's just like different formations. Like the way they press, like that interchangeable front three. Like they play very similar to us. Like I'm sure. Like
that's just the German football. That's just the German football.
Again, so he'll be suited to us then.
No. Like the Firmino thing, yeah. That's
you
just
don't want him to come to us. Just say you don't want him to come to us.
See, if he comes to you, you guys are going downhill. Like that's it, straight. Like I don't care if he comes to you guys. Like I don't think he's a driller like that. I think he's a driller, but if he comes to PL, we'll see in it. We'll talk. But I don't think he can drill.
He says that he should go to Tottenham.
I think he'll suit Tottenham. That's about it. If Kane goes, that is.
I don't see him working in Tottenham's.
Yeah, where?
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. Like if like Nosa did state that if Kane was to leave, then he would see him fitting in. But one, I don't see Kane leaving, and I don't see why you don't see him in Liverpool's. I think I would say Liverpool's because I do, like I said, I do get Tottenham. But if Kane's not leaving, which I don't think he is, it doesn't work. But Liverpool's.
Okay. Wait, Ty, where do you think he'll work? Where do you think he's gonna play? I can't see him playing strike.
Why not?
That defensive striker role. I don't understand where's he gonna play from?